Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the Beastbox Jawbreaker. This is called BB25 in terms of code name because I believe this is the 25th version of their product. Now up to this point I always called the company name 52 Toys, but recently someone reached out to me and mentioned that it's not actually called 52 Toys, it's actually called 52 Toys. Now the main reason why I said 52 Toys was because up to this point I've been watching this other Korean person who sells these products, and he would sometimes do this live stream on a different website and he just basically said 52 in Korean, so I assumed that it was the same for English, but apparently it's called 52 Toys. So thank you for that person to point that out to me. So anyway, this is a Jawbreaker, so this is not that thing from Ed, Edd and Eddy, but this is also a dinosaur mech. So up to this point, 52 Toys did make a good amount of Beastbox that were based on dinosaurs. Like for example, the ones I reviewed were number 1. I think this was the first one I reviewed was Helldiver, which was based on a small T-Rex, I assume, or either that or it's a small Velociraptor, or Dark Waves, which I also did, which is based on the Loch Ness monster, but there's another one called the Stargazer, which is actually based on a Brachiosaurus or something like that. Basically one of those long-necked dinosaurs. I was not the best person in terms of the science class, so yeah. So that's that. So, and then there's another one I haven't bought yet, which is called Delta, which is based on a Triceratops. So yeah, and this one is based on a stegosaurus, as far as I know. Alright, so before we go on to the review, let's see what you get. So here we go. Obviously we get the box charger and we get the Jawbreaker himself in a box mode. It's currently in its box mode. Once again, we get one of those PVC cards in a instruction manual for the PVC cards. These PVC cards are basically meant to be folded in half and put inside the box charger, so you would have less problems pulling it out. So basically it would push out the product instead of you trying to reach into it. And then once again, if you have multiple of these boxes, you can connect them from top to bottom or side to side like this. So that's that. Once again, we get these awesome cards. I really love these cards. I'm actually collecting these as well. So I really love the illustration. And on the back, there's not much of a story. It's basically saying it's Jawbreaker is the coolest mechanical dinosaur for many years because of his stylish paint job and deco. So other than that, it's pretty much that. So nothing too much of a story. He has a Maverick his own way, but crowds gather up after the trail he left. So yeah, nothing too special, but yeah. And then look at that stat. It's really like this guy is OP. Speed is high, intelligence, well, not the highest, but still defense is high, strength is high, and courage is high. So of all the stats we saw from past Beast boxes, I think he might be like the one that has like the most stuff. Alright, other than that, here we have the catalog. So once, I forgot to mention the catalog, but last time, if you buy one of what I like about these catalogs is that sometimes they just show you what they have, but they also sometimes show what isn't out yet. So if you bought one of the recent catalogs and see it for yourself, they have these two here. So Desert Meteor, which is based on a lion, and then Pantera, which is based on a jaguar, I assume, but still a jaguar. But still, I did review Torado, which is based on a tiger. They're using the same molds, but it's really good to see something that's not out yet. So I actually might get one of these two in the future. Alright, so now let's get on to the review. So let's get it out from the box. And then let me get rid of this. And yeah, let's see what we got. So for those who've seen this product on either Twitter, Facebook, or whatever source you use to get info on these products, you might have seen this guy not in this color. This is actually the final product color, but still, before it was actually officially released, we actually seen pictures of this in the typical red, yellow. Yeah, I think mostly red and yellow on color. So at first I actually liked that color, but later after the release I was kind of surprised to see in this color, but still the purple and the dark green color goes really well. So really loving that concept. So this one actually has a lot of folding gimmicks. So each Beastbox has a focus on what gimmick they use to transform. So this one is actually full of folding stuff. So yeah, like for example, you can start from here, and then if I remember correctly, yeah, so this is the top, so you can detach these sections right over here. And then what this is cool about is that you can actually connect these parts together to form the tail. So yeah, and then from here it's all about like folding up and this and that. So like that, there's a lot of folding gimmicks here. You can open this section up to reveal the stegosaurus's horns on the back. I think that's the right term, or if there's actually terms for these like horns on the back, do let me know, because yeah, I really don't remember actually. I don't think I ever studied dinosaurs as a kid, but still, yeah. And then there's more stuff that you need to fold out here, and then you basically open these sections up. There's actually more horns here that you need to fold out. The legs are here, and basically what you do here is that I'm just gonna give you guys an example. I'm gonna clean it up right away once I'm showing you guys like the basic stuff here. There's another whole like stuff you can open up here. You have to actually flip this one. You have to flip this up, so that's actually a pretty cool concept. Oops, I think I should not have done that, but still. And then you have to open this section up, pull. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, you have to pull this section down to pull out the head here. And then from here it's all about cleaning up. But although, if I have to mention, if there's one part that you need to be careful of, is number one, there's actually a clipping mechanism here. So there's this clip here, and then it has to clip onto this peg here. So be careful, make sure that either this peg or this clip does not break. And also there's actually another neck joint that you have to pull out, so be careful not to break this plastic. This part is actually metal as far as I know, so you shouldn't have any problems breaking this part. But the black plastic, I don't know, if you're not careful you might accidentally break it, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, it's all about folding up, cleaning up, and yeah. So this is like the basics here, so I'll be right back with the cleaned up version of Jawbreaker. Okay, I'm back. So here is the cleaned up stegosaurus, and I really love how compact this thing is. Like, really love the color scheme, and yeah, really, I just overall love the design of it. So here, let's see what we got for in terms of articulation. So let's start with the head. Now, first of all, I would like to mention the mouth opens up widely. So this is really good, because in the past there was a few beast boxes which technically their mouths are supposed to open, but their mouth like barely opened up. Especially, yeah, I'm looking at you, Torado, but still, yeah, definitely loving how much it can move its mouth, and you have a nice up and down movement on the head. Now, technically, at first I thought it was meant only for the neck, but well, technically I guess this counts as the neck part. But you can also move the fourth section, the neck section, side to side, left and right, like that. But this also moves the legs together, so I guess that's just a limitation, but still better than nothing. These horns are meant to move, but they're mostly for the folding up gimmick. Here we have extra cannons that can move left and right. Well, now technically only to the side 90 degrees, to which are limited to their directions, but still. And then these cannons can move up and down, I think. So although these aren't that fragile, I would be cautious about them, because they do look like they would be one of those parts that you could accidentally break, or just break without noticing. So just, yeah. So here we have some cannons. These back horns are also movable, but once again, these horns are mostly moving because of their storing up gimmick like that. So you store it up like that. So that's actually a pretty genius. I mean, they really put in a lot of engineering into this toy. And then here we have some extra holes here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a small holes, and you can. So basically, if you want to modify this, you want to attach more weapons from different toys, I guess that would be possible as long as it fits in the hole. Alright, and then before we go to the tail, let's look at the legs. So the front legs don't have any articulation. They're just a single piece, and they're connected to a ball joint, but they do move forward. Wait, give me a moment. The focus is being a little bit wacky, but still. So the legs, so they technically go 360 as well. They don't have any bending points because this is just a single piece. The back legs can also go 360, and they are on ball joints. And there is another extra joint here that you can fold up. Now, up to this point, this is pretty much for the storage system, but you can move the legs a lot like this if you want to do that. Although I don't think that's how these dinosaurs walk around. So yeah. As you can see, so the back legs are much longer than the front legs, so like balancing this figure might be tricky, but once you get it, you get it. So that's that. We have, looking at the bottom, there's a good amount of detail. Definitely has that mechanical look going on here. Now the tail, so this is actually, I believe this is as far as you can plug it in, so you can technically pull it out, but this is actually meant for more of the transforming into the box gimmick. But with if you have the entire peg or system out, you can move the tail up that much, and then bottom that much as well. Even though you do put it in, I believe you can still move it a bit, so it does limit it, but yeah, you can still move it around. And then here we have another joint here that can move. I think this is as far as this middle joint can go. Yeah, okay, this is as far as it can go. There's actually a stopper here, and then you can go about this much to the bottom. But once again, I believe this is meant for the storage system as well. And then the end tip of the tail can move up and down as well, so that's pretty good. And then these clear green plastic horns are also movable. And at first I thought the tail could move side to side, but that's not the case for this one. And there is technically another variant out there. I believe it is technically out, but I believe it's the same mold but different color, and the tail is not your typical tail, but it has like a hammer on it. So I believe that's a different dinosaur. I don't know the name of it, but I might actually get that later if I'm interested. And that's pretty much it. If there's anything odd that I have to mention is that despite the name called Jawbreaker, there's another code name here called ibop2. I'm not sure what this is, but still, hopefully we get to figure out in the future. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So among the dinosaurs, I think this, other than Helldiver, which was one of my favorites, but of course he's kind of different because he's actually a centimeter smaller in his cube form compared to the recent beast boxes. So based on the standard 5 centimeter beast boxes, I say this one is my favorite among the dinosaurs. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. And if there's one more thing, this guy actually has pretty decent depth balance if you use your tail, so you can actually do some neat poses with this. So I think I did this before, but let me just, there we go. Yeah, you can totally balance him out to make him, you know, stand like that. So yeah, if you want to make some really cool poses or do some, you know, playing around with dinosaurs, you can always do this. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my review. So this was the review of the Beastbox number 25 Jawbreaker from 52 Toys. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.